Good morning, ladies and gents. I hope this day finds you great. Um, Today, we were able to finally get some money because it cost $30 to registered mail to Mikey Amory, the Justice Minister, and once again the Edmonton Police to make sure that we did everything accordingly. To cover our tracks, I was going to say, but to make sure we did everything accordingly. Um, I've already served the Edmonton Police. If you look back on my YouTube page, you'll see that Brett Thompson um, refused to take possession and returned it. And then when I was going to walk away and just leave him with it, all the cops jumped up and whatever. So one of the biggest problems for me is serving the Edmonton Police because I know just how racist, entitled they are. And if you look on my YouTube, you'll see just that Brett Thompson taking possession of this statement of claim and then refusing the statement of claim, all because I served him with his gang buddies all around the thin blue line. And you've seen the reaction about the cameras and everything. Tyrants don't like cameras, and you've seen the reaction that I got. All the cops jumped up out of their seats and started threatening me and arresting me and all this shit. So, yeah. So that's one of the problems I've had with trying to serve the Edmonton Police. As you also seen on my thing, I served the 3 officers when I went and had this accident. And as you also seen on my YouTube pages, you also seen me serve the city of Edmonton, who have respectively answered back. Now, if you do not understand, I am, you know me as Chris from Antisocial Limited, from Broke the Documentary. Both films were done by ID Productions, Rosie Dransfeld, TVO. When Broke came out, I was just starting the class action lawsuit against the Alberta government for the child abuse that they were guilty of and they finally admitted to. Let's make that perfectly clear. It wasn't the communist conservatives who were in power and that were guilty of all this child abuse and child murder and their protection services. It was the NDP that made the plea deal. And eventually, we won. Now, since, 2025? In 2021, I had 3 certain EPS officers come to my house one afternoon and they conspired up 6 falsified charges against me and had me charged with those charges. I tried to fight them, but you're fighting a system that is corrupt and racist. So the prosecutor jumped in and wanted to make a quick, quick quota with me being in jail. So he ran over my rights, convicted me of those charges, and then I made a complaint against the Alberta Law Society for what he did. And on July, I think it was 7, 2023, they accepted my complaint. On July 17th, the Crown Attorney dropped 12 additional charges, 7 of which were the exact same charges that I was convicted of on May 24th, 2022. So that there was an automatic human rights violation when they charged me twice with the same crime. Now, people are saying, get a lawyer, get this, get that. I'm on benefits. I have no money. And I'm an ex-criminal, so people don't expect my word or don't take my word for anything. They just see the criminal, they see me being native, not white, and they just assume that I'm lying. So it took me years, and I tried to find a lawyer. I found a clown of a lawyer in Calgary. She was no help. She was detrimental, led me on, and I had to pay a $200 fee just to get her to listen. And then she ended up saying, well, get the original complaint form that you made and send it to me and whatnot. I made the original complaint form online, so I don't know. She was just leading on. She got her $200 consulting fee and just led me on. I had to, yeah, for 3 months I was pretty tight because that costed me out of my last little bit of money to pay for that. And that's what I'm going through. I'm taking a little bit of money that I can do and making this lawsuit go ahead. Because why? Because accountability. For my whole entire life, my life was taken away from me, from people that thought they had the right to make decisions and choices for me. The Alberta government made the choice to put me in their protection system, to lock me in a closet, to systematically abuse me for like fucking from 3 months until I was 5 years old. So 4.5 years. All they did was systematically beat me, starve me, and fucking abuse me. My first memory is when the family of this, the children of this foster family drowned me. Yeah, and you heard that right. They drowned me. They pulled me out of a closet because they were preparing me to, much like dogs, when somebody is about to adopt you, they clean you up. Well, they had to clean me up because I was in a closet. I was being abused. They decided to put me in a bathtub. Me being in a closet, didn't know what a bathtub was. They forced me into it. They drowned me. They pulled me out. They fucking gave me CPR, and that was it. That was my memory. That's how I lost these 2 front teeth. So, my whole entire life, these people have made decisions against me that were detrimental to my well-being, to my mental and spiritual well-beings. And then, they set me off on this life of crime and whatever because I was forced to survive, because I was out on these streets at the age of 14. And at that time, they didn't have juvie hostels or anything. So when you were fucking 14 out on the streets, you were raw meat to everybody. So the way I am is the way I had to survive. So today I finally was able to pay for the registered mail to serve the Edmonton Police and Mikey Amory. And that costed me $30 to get all this done. So it was done. NDP? What are you going door to door for?
Because it's an election, Whatever you vote for.
Well, since you just omitted me and walked right by my door. So anyway, we were getting off to the side here, subject. I paid $30 for registered mail today in order to get this lawsuit going. And I'm doing this for accountability. I don't think that these people with their egos and with their attitudes should be able to make these decisions that are wrong and based on their own prejudice and biasness. So, wish me luck. You can always send donations to Antisocial OG, PayPal, whatnot. I gotta go. Somebody's here from Eric Desjardins. I do vote, and it's not going to be for the communist conservatives. So let's hear this spew. I'll be back later.